Well, hello, my darlings, and welcome to Wednesdays with Wallace, Psychic Medium. Isn't it exciting to be on planet Earth at this time? Wow, wow. Haven't we got, oh, haven't we got some rocky road? Okay, while I'm talking to you, I'm playing with the cards. Now, I've made a few notes, got a bit to talk about today. So, first up, hit the subscribe button. I'm really asking for help to get us through to 15,000 subscribers. That's the next step on our way to bigger and better things, more coverage, more people, more is more. Oh, I'm certainly not a minimalist, darlings, as you can tell. Swap the room around for those who haven't seen it. If you're on the midweek video, you'll see that I had a little switcheroo this week, a little bit different things going on. The desk is still black, which over Easter, Ma is going to paint it, and in a very pale grey. Oh, I'll tell you, there's no stopping her. She's on it. That's, pardon me, after I come back from a couple of days break. I'm going to see my sister, my twinnie. Going to go and see her. She lives out of Melbourne a bit, about 2.5 hours away. So we promised that we would take our babykins, our little bubbies, our earth angels, which are here somewhere. One of them is anyway. I think the other one's probably, who knows where, probably getting into some bloody mischief. But anyway, we're going off for a couple of days. So, okay, midweek I did ask, oh, you're sitting there, judgment. Well, I might put that out. Spirit obviously wanted that to be seen. I picked up the cards, just happened to look across and saw that sitting there. Yes, well, that's part of all the strange and weird happenings this week, but we won't talk about those today. Maybe we'll talk about them on the Wednesday, the morning cuppa with Wallace. But anyway, back to the things at hand, a couple of things. Could you please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and bring our numbers up. We want to have 15, or our goal is 15,000 subscribers. We'll get there. We'll go beyond that, but let's get there to start with. And the other thing is that I put out midweek, go and look at the video, because we'll put the couple of links in on this one as well. My latest association with Otter Spirit in the US, a lovely company there who contribute to the waterways and all sorts of wonderful things. And they sent me some lovely little bracelets this week, which I showed midweek. So if you want to see those, go and have a look. We'll put the link up again today for you to go in, and we get a few bob off that. And that's okay. I'm sure you don't mind us having a few bob off that to keep us going. I've had it. That's the podcast I've been recommending all week. Those couple of lovely young women on there, I think they're just gorgeous. They certainly tell it as it is. Love them. And if you haven't seen it or you don't know about it, go and have a look at it. Go and join in and say Bold Not Old sent you. That would give us a bit of a plug. We'll help them with their numbers, and perhaps down the line, that might, come back in a positive way for our own channel. And if you're a member of, or part of, or subscribe to other channels, Linda Comanche, our other Australian people here, what's her name? The Dr. Rodriguez, Dr. Lena. If you're on any of these other channels, please mention, Bold Not Old sent you, and or a hello from Bold Not Old, just to get our name out there And that's what I've been asking for help on this week, because I see it as a way for us to grow and to be part of this, what I'm calling, community unity and solidarity. And we're going to have a little look at that, pardon me, in the reading today, which I'm shuffling these cards crazily. Hope you like the new view. Turned the room around so I'm not looking at you're not looking at the bookcase. Cleaned it all up though. It's much way better than what it was. But I won't get into showing you that. I did on the midday video. But we're now looking out into one of the hallways in the house. But that's fine, because the energies are better. It's different. Today I ordered a nice chandelier for this room. I've got quite a nice light in here. But anyway, I decided that I'd like a chandelier instead. So I ordered a nice chandelier today to put up in this room. So I'm looking forward to that coming. That'll be light and bright and a bit of fabulousness. Is that a word? Fabulousness? Maybe it's a made-up word by me, but it doesn't matter. Okay, all right, let's take a look at it. What is the topic? The topic for today is so-called Christians, closet Republicans, Palestine, and the rest of the bloody wankers. Right. Well, let's get stuck into that then, and stuck into them. And let's face it, yeah, that's what we'd call them. If they were in Australia here, we'd say they were a bunch of bloody wankers. And unbelievable. Cannot believe the whole Musk, Trump, Netanyahu there this week. The whole bullshit about the hotel, the strip, the Gaza Strip. Where are I'm going to tell you a little story in a few minutes about where I think their heads are, but I'm going to tell you the story so that you can then put these wankers, names on it. And then we're going to do a little bit of looking at the Supreme Court, what's going on with them. A couple of those are losers, so you've got 2 losers and 7 hopefuls. Sounds like a bit of a bloody game, doesn't it? Yeah, it is a Fed income mistake-a-thon, and unbelievable. Yeah, there's a couple of losers in there, we know that. In the Supreme Court, it'll be interesting to take a look at them. What are they about? I think there's some in there that are pardon me, probably looking at the downward spiralling out of controlled stock exchange and money in the US, and people's 401ks being wiped out and all the rest of the stuff. And then on top of that, they want to get stuck into taking Social Security. Oh, for God's sake. What's going on? Okay, we're going to talk about that as well. Okay, but I do want to... I'm going to tell the little story first because I think it relates to this. Quite a number of years ago, we'll put it that way, there was a British Airways flight was on its way across to Jakarta or somewhere like that. I think it was out of Australia, or maybe it was coming into Australia. But anyway, in those days, in those times, one of its stopovers or, points of landing was, I think, Jakarta or something. But anyway, over that area of the world where they have all those active volcanoes, there had been a couple of volcanic eruptions, big ones, and this big 747 British Airways flight got caught in it. The captain was down in the main cabin walking along, saying hello to people. And I think it was, maybe in the evening or whatever. He was walking along, talking to people, saying hello. I'm going to put out these couple of cards that have just fallen out on this reading in a minute. And anyway, he was walking along, talking to people. Suddenly the whole cabin was filled with smoke and whatever. So he took off like a bloody jackrabbit and in leaps and bounds and up the stairs and back into the cockpit, and only to discover when he got into the cockpit that the plane was in free fall. The volcanic ash had gotten into the engines, into the big engines, and none of them were working. And so the flight fell about 15,000 feet in zap time, like it was, going along, and then it went and fell out of the sky, so to speak, or started to fall out of the sky. Anyway, managed to crank up one of the engines, and, everybody was screaming and probably saying their prayers by this time because they thought they weren't be going home. And anyway, all of that. So the flight was pretty chaotic, and it was pretty scary and frightening. But the important thing is that I'm going to tell you, I had a little chuckle at the time. That was many, many years ago. I had a chuckle. He was a lovely man, the captain of the British Airways flight, and he was being interviewed on British television or something. And, they said to him, how did he feel about it? Because basically he saved all those lives, really. He cranked it up and got the bloody engine kicking over. And because there was a worldwide thing then about, not going near the area, etc., etc. And but anyway, he was interviewed, and they said to him, how did he feel about that? How did he feel about the whole thing in free fall, and, the darkness of the cabin and all the dust and whatever. And so he turned around and he said, it was like looking up a badger's ass. Not my words, they were his. At the time, the British can be very, very proper, and this coming out of this man's mouth, it just absolutely cracked me up. I thought it was the best. So, how does it relate to today? How does it relate to what we're saying about, these, what's going on in America? Well, that's about it, isn't it? It's like we're in free fall, and the cabin's full of, volcanic dust. There's been an eruption. It's full of volcanic dust, and we are, like we're looking up a badger's ass. It just is, darling. So let's do a little look at the stock exchange in free fall. Is that going to continue? What's going to happen with that? Are the oligarchs that pissed off and that angry about it because they're wiping billions off their portfolios, the greedy buggers? They thought, on one hand, darlings, I just love the whole idea that the wankers are getting, hit hard with the losses that their mates created, because they chose sides. They chose to be, they chose to have no scruples. They chose not to have any values. They chose all this, and and hooked their wagon to to Humpty Dumpty. What would he do every day if he couldn't put on his orange makeup and his toupee? God damn it! What the? But anyway, so stock exchange. So the cards that came out are the Ten of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Judgment card. Now, the Judgment card was the first one. I'm going to put it in the middle. That's where it is. I'm going to put that one there, that one over here. Oh, that's interesting, that's where I put that. And the Two of Swords. Now, the market's in free fall. Will it continue? Not looking good, loves. Sorry. But, we're being affected by it as well here in Australia. We're all none of us in the world right now, and certainly the Allies, and none of us are happy chappies at the moment, because he's totally, he's totally screwing up everything. And the markets, well, there is going to be a day of judgment on this. There is definitely going to be a day of judgment. It's coming. It's coming. I know that we've all been talking about it, and we've all been saying it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, and it bloody well is. It is coming, and it just, it's like, it's like at the moment we're all standing still, waiting for the axe to fall. I don't think that we should be doing that, because I don't think that's what it's about. All these things, the wheels, turn slowly. But every morning that I wake up, every morning, I ask I turn to my wife and ask my wife, is he dead yet? Oh, isn't it shocking? It's shocking. I feel ashamed of myself. I feel ashamed of myself for saying things like that. But, I feel so much for everyone. I feel everyone in the world. I mean, everyone. Palestine and what's going on there. Netanyahu visiting the White House this week. Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute. But it's chaos, and I mean, it seems to be more chaotic. But having said that, I feel a bit uplifted by, the pushback, some of what's happening and some of what's going on. There just simply isn't, there isn't enough of it. There needs to be way more. There needs to be more solidarity, more of what's there. Bernie Sanders, AOC, all these people who are out there doing their damnedest to, rally people and get, things moving. I think that, excuse me, there just needs to be more of it all. More. Just, more letters, more of what's being done, and hound the bastards. That's what they need, and don't let them get away with destroying the US democracy and its economy, because I don't think it's a mistake. I think it's all bloody planned, and that's diabolical. I mean, if it was a fair dinkum mistake-a-thon, you could go, oh, they're a bunch of lunatics, but look at the mess we're in. But if it was planned, and if it was planned, if it was all put in place before any of this is taking place, then that's a heinous crime against humanity and the American people. It's terrible. Okay, there is this card here, the Two of Swords. Old Trumpy, old Humpty Dumpty, he doesn't know his ass from his head, and he doesn't know which way's up. He doesn't know where he's going. But having said that, he's a narcissistic fool, and I mean, he's just as likely to, the thing is, he did a deal. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. Him, Vance with Peel. Vance, he's had some new eyeliner done, got some little wings on it now. We're going to talk about those closet Republicans in a minute. Oh no, it's a finicky mistake-a-thon, it really is. Okay, let's have a look at this. The stock exchange, is it going to rally? Let's have another little look at it. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, all right. Well, it's in free fall at the moment. We've got the Queen of Swords, we've got the Three of Cups, and we've got the Death card. Not in a hurry. Not in a hurry, darlings. It's not going to, You know, it's not like the aeroplane. It's not going to kickstart its engine and then find itself, you know, out of the 15,000 free fall and up into the air again, you know, getting everybody settled and giving them a cup of tea. It's not quite like that. I think it's going to go on a little bit longer, but it is definitely, definitely the end of something. And what is that something? I think the death card, the end of this, I think is it's not going to rally today, the stock market, and it's not going to rally tomorrow. But I do think that there's going to be such a pushback. Queen of Swords, there's going to be such a pushback on all this, such a massive, massive pushback that he'll start winding back the tariffs. Now, I don't believe he's going to do it all at once. I don't believe for 1 minute, that's what I'm being told, not for 1 minute is he going to go, oh, oops, bigger mistake, I'm going to, you know, I'm dropping all the tariffs. No, he's not going to do that because he couldn't do that because he's a, you know, he's a narcissist. He can't be seen to have made a mistake. But what he will do is he'll start cherry picking and winding some of those back. He's going to play around with that. He's going to wind some of that back and he's going to cherry pick it because he's going to try and save face. He's definitely going to be trying to save face. But it's not going to happen overnight because he's on a roll. Sorry, Dust. Sorry, sweethearts, but and it's not good for all of us. You know, we're feeling the effects of it here in Australia. We've got, you know, things happening here and yeah, it's not pretty. It's not pretty for the whole world. Now, during the week, Netanyahu visited the White House. Stupid. Oh, God. Oh, some of the stuff that was said. Oh, dearie me. A couple of old blokes chewing the fat. Oh, a couple of old wannabes. Oh, they want to own the world. The problem is it's inhabited by 7 billion sentient beings and there's only 2 of them. So it's up to the rest of us to kick them to the curb. Oh, a couple of old blokes, a couple of old wankers sitting there, you know, they think they got it made, sorting out how they're going to, you know, divide up the Gaza Strip and throw out the poor Palestinians. I'm for the Palestinians. I think that I think America, I'm sorry, darlings, I'm going to have a little shot at America, and you in America pick this up and get stuck into your bloody, you know, senators and all the rest of the people. Stop providing arms to Israel. Stop providing guns. Stop providing arms to Netanyahu. That's all I'm going to say about it. Can't believe it. All those atrocities, all those murders, all that dreadful stuff that's gone on, all those poor people. And America is still providing Israel with arms to defend themselves. Defend themselves, my ass. They're not defending themselves. They're raising arms against others, people who they've always wanted to have a go at. Oh, don't get me started. Those poor people, I'm for the Palestinians. Knight of Swords, I'm going to put it out, fell out. He's a criminal. They both belong, the 2 of them, sitting there chewing over what they're going to do when the bastards take over the world. Son of a bitches. They need to be thrown in jail, both of them. They belong behind bars, Netanyahu and Humpty Dumpty. My God, I hope I see it. Okay, all right. What are we looking at now? Oh, I better get a wriggle on. Okay, I want to take a look at, and here's another thing. This whole nonsense that's been going on around trans people in the US, and this thing about, and them stirring up, all the ones that are stirring up all the crap, radical Christians, MAGA, radical, full of radical Christians, so-called Christians who wouldn't know the first thing about empathy and caring for your fellow man, persecutors of people that, you know, minority groups, and shocking, all this bullshit cockamamie about transgender and taking kids. They go as a girl and come home as a boy, or go as a boy and come home. Who ever heard of such rubbish? It's rubbish. Lobby the newspapers, lobby the people. Needs to be more said about all this and these people. While all they're lobbying against all these people, they're on these, you know, pornographic and, you know, gay websites. Yeah, really? Oh, I see. They're in the closet. Johnson, who does he live with? Got to ask more questions, kiddies. Got to raise more questions. Some of this stuff slips through to the keeper. Not good. Not good. Okay, will they get the bill through to give the 2 trillion tax cuts or whatever to the oligarchs? Will they get that through? Will they get that through Congress? I want to have a little look at that. Will they get it through Congress? Will they get the bill through Congress to give the tax breaks? Because they've knocked off all the money off everyone else, including, you know, your 401ks, and they want to get stuck into the, you know, what does he call it? A Ponzi scheme. He should know, Musk. He should know what a Ponzi scheme is. Oh, dearie me. Okay. Oh, well, let's have a look at it. Will they get it through? I've got a couple of cards. Oh, come on, they're throwing them at me. Okay, Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, and Six of Swords. Ooh, all these swords cards. Well, it certainly is a lot of head banging, isn't it? I mean, there's, you know, I mean, God damn it. All the head stuff. Okay, what do we got? Ooh, jeez. Okay, what have we got? Let's take a look at, okay, the Ace of Swords. Well, you know, he's trying to crown himself. Yeah, he's got it. He's, you know, they're trying to stick the crown on his head and theirs at the same time. Knight of Swords, yeah, well, you know, they're rushing forward, gung-ho, you know. All these people, all the richies, they want to be more rich, and they're doing it at everybody else's expense, and they don't have any qualms about it, and they don't have any values, and they traded all that in when they stood behind, you know, Humpty Dumpty. How could you give away your country? How could you give away all that is sacred and sacrosanct? How can you give all that away for money? You know, it was interesting. Somebody today said to me about, had I heard from, I won't say who, but had I heard from a particular person? And I said no. And the answer to me from the other person was, oh, well, they've probably been, you know, really busy, you know, setting up their computers and things. And the irony of it was that I had a little chuckle to myself, and I don't hold back these days. And I turned around and said, well, at the end of the day, when you're ticking all the boxes on what's of value, will number one be, oh, I couldn't call them. I was busy setting up my computers. So I mean, is that as good as it gets? Is that where we're at? Is that what we got to? Oh, it's pretty sick. Sicko, isn't it? And on a larger scale, we're seeing it on a micro scale around us, and then on a macro scale, we're seeing it, extrapolate out into the world, aren't we? Okay, so here we are. This love this one. Here he is. He's paddling his proverbial canoe. He's got everything in it, including all his worries and all his problems, and the wife and strife and the baby, and that's all that they own. That's all they got, and they're in this flimsy canoe. Oh dearie me, dearie me. I think they're on a thin edge. Yes, yep. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Well, a little bit of happiness out of it. We've got this victory card, which I think will be, the enough of the Republicans siding with the Democrats to not do it. Because they've been so absolutely slammed. So make sure you keep on their back, keep on all of their backs about doing the right thing. So I think there is a bit of relief there. I don't feel the bill will go through. I think it'll be touch and go, but I think that it won't go through, and that's going to upset the orange, Humpty Dumpty. That's going to upset him because he's going to be very pissed about that because he was given a lot of money and a lot of people relied upon him to bring home the bacon. But I think the pig is, pardon the pun, I think the pig's absconded. I think the pig is, I don't think the pig's looked at it all and said, not me, kid, not this week. I'm not going to be meat on the table. Temperance card. I think there'll be some balance in it. This fellow here looking out on the world, that's the GOP, the oligarchs. They're all looking out, going, "Yep, yes, got it." He's finally going to deliver what we need, and we're all going to be good. We're going to have a few more $1 billion in our coffers, and they could change the environment. They could help. They could rebuild. They could rebuild Palestine. They could do some amazing good in the world with their wealth, and still have more than enough for the rest of their lives and their families' lives and probably their bloody grandkids' lives. But no, that's not enough. No, it's not enough. Let's all get really greedy. And yeah. So I want to draw a card. I want to draw a couple. Before I go, I'll come back to this card of Denise Lynn's. I love it, these cards. I'm going to draw a card for us all because I want us to leave on a high note. I want to draw a card for us all. Now, I think solidarity, community, unity and solidarity. Oh, that's courage cards falling out. They're throwing them at me this week, darlings. Okay, courage card. Well, we certainly need courage, don't we? And you wonderful subscribers in America, you all need courage. I know you do, darlings. I know you do. I know you need courage. And I know it's not all that, easy. When you've got, a bunch of losers touch and go at the Supreme Court who are probably weighing up whether they'll do the right thing or not, and that'll be whether it affects their pocket, especially the two losers. But the other seven hopefuls, I think there's a little bit of touch and go in there. Hopefully they'll look at it and go, time to reclaim our, time to reclaim what we stand for, time to reclaim how people see us, time to reclaim all that. And the MAGA Christians, say no more. There. All the radical Christians, what's going on there? What's with them? And I think the tariffs. I think, just recapping, I think he'll drop some of the tariffs, not all of them. He won't drop all of them because he won't be seen to be pulling back on it. He's made such a big bloody deal of it. He's made such a thing of it all. But whoever comes along behind him, I mean, it is, isn't it? I mean, it's a fair thing to mistake it from. Whoever comes along behind him is going to have an awful bloody job to try and build back some standing in the world and some respect, don't they? Because the rest of the world is, turning elsewhere, and they're turning their back on America. And we'll weather this. All of the rest of the world, including Australia, will weather it. We will weather this. We all will. And but I think it is. It's not going to go its full term. I can tell you that. Courage, playfulness, and I love it. This has come out so many times. Joy. Looking for the joy in life. Looking for the the playfulness in it. Looking for the joy, and looking for and having the courage. Now, I think these are really, really important. I was reading a little thing from Abraham Hicks today about the new things, the new things coming through from Abraham, which are all about looking at those things that give you joy or give you a feeling of being uplifted. And all of us, including me, darlings, we all need to be in that space at the moment, because, pardon me, these are turbulent and trying times. They're not easy. I get it. I'm not trying to say for 1 minute, but I think there is light at the end of the tunnel, and it isn't the oncoming train. I think there is hope for us all, you and us. I think there's hope for humanity. I think that these old, because all those planets that have moved, all the moving into Aquarius, all of that movement said it would be the end of old. And that means, these old blokes that are running, the Senate and the Congress, and older. And I'm not against older people. Take a look, darlings. She's bloody old herself. But I think that, we need this. We need this rejuvenation. We need this new, younger people coming through and standing up for a world that they want to live in. Don't forget to subscribe. I love you. I care about you. Oh, I so care about you. And I want you to go away with hope in your heart. I want you to know that what goes up comes down. What comes down goes up. That nothing ever stays the same, and that, this too will pass. This too will pass. And we're all hanging on the messages and the things that have been given to us, saying it's not going to run its full term. It will pass. And this sort of chaos and turmoil that is in this melting pot, this boiling up, you can feel it, you can feel the energies. It's ready to boil over. And I expect each morning that I wake up, there'll be something, some big revelation. I'm really going to still hang on the fact that, yes, you could look at, impeaching this, lunatic, but I think that the stuff that's gone on, either him or Musk, and probably Musk because he's on drugs and all the rest of the stuff, so is this bloke, but this one that's, chainsaws and all the rest of the bullshit he goes on with, and Tesla going down the gurgler. His stuff will go down the gurgler. And I think the board at Tesla and all this, SpaceX and all this, I think they'll get rid of him. I think they'll vote him off. But that's another thing for another day. Let's go with what goes up comes down, what's down goes up, and that this too will pass. I go with you when you leave here, and when I leave here, you go with me. In my heart, and I care about you and I think about you, and I want you to create the most amazing lives for yourselves, even amidst all this crap, even amidst all this shit. If they can do it, darlings, so can we. See you next week. Bye for now.